Hello everyone, welcome to the assignment screencast for the artifact analysis essay. Just want to give you kind of a quick rundown and walk you through what is expected and what I'm looking for your big final essay in the class. Okay, so the pop culture artifact analysis paper is kind of the capstone project of my interpersonal communication class. Okay, it's the biggest paper that I will assign, and the way that I've got the grading scheme set up for our class, you can't pass this course if you don't turn this in and if you don't pass it. Okay? In fact, the grade that you get on this is extremely important, and so I want to make sure that we take this assignment very seriously. It's not horribly difficult once you've gone through everything that I'm going to ask you to go through to do it. Okay, I've got some scaffolding things we'll be doing over the next weeks in class to help you build this paper out. But let's start here. Let's start by just talking about it. So for your final project, so excuse me, I'm going to cough. For your final project, you're expected to thoughtfully select a pop culture artifact, and I'll explain what I mean by that. And then analyze it through the lens of one of our interpersonal communication theories. Now, theoretically, you're watching this before you've watched any of the screencasts on the theories. I want you to go into the screencasts on the theories knowing that you've got an assignment linked to it, okay? So I'm hoping you're watching this first. So I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Okay, sorry, big sneeze attack. I'm not even sure I remember what I was saying, so let me make sure that I'm found here. So, yes, I want you to go into the screencast of the theories knowing that you have an assignment linked to it, okay? So, a pop culture artifact, what is that? Well, it's anything from pop culture, okay? So, what I'm looking for you to do is to, so in this first bullet right here, okay? Select a pop culture artifact that you are interested in or enjoy. So, this could be pretty much anything, okay? A film, a song, an album, I have got magazine, a TV show or series, a website, a blog, a piece of art, video game. It can be a book. It can be a book series. It can be anything that you can consume in pop culture, okay? And really the best ones are going to be a pop culture representation of an interpersonal relationship. There has to be an interpersonal relationship involved. Okay? So for example, on my desk here, I actually have one of these little Indiana Jones toys. Okay? Okay, so there he goes. Anyways, I regret that immediately. Wow. But I'm too far in. I'm not going to stop. So, we've got Indiana Jones. Now, if you haven't seen any of the Indiana Jones movies, there are always interpersonal relationships intertwined throughout the movie or the series, okay? So you could go to any one of the Indiana Jones movies and you could pick an interpersonal relationship. You could talk about his romantic entanglements. You could go to the third movie and talk about him and his dad. It's totally up to you. Any of those work, okay? I'm just using that as an example, all right? So any sort of pop culture artifact that you like or enjoy, as long as there is an interpersonal relationship depicted in it, okay? So it doesn't even have to be recent. It can be old. I have had people use movies that are 60 years old. I've had people use things that are 6 days old. I mean, there's as long as there's an interpersonal relationship in it, you can do it. Okay, so as long as it has relationships. Okay, most often students choose a film. It's usually easier because it's a films or a series because it gives more information. Okay. Choose those relationships from the artifact. Don't choose too many, but enough to sufficiently meet the minimum analytical and page requirements. And then I'm going to ask you to select one of our course theories, okay? These are our screencasts this week, okay? And I'm going to ask you to select a theory that you think applies to or that you could analyze the relationship in your pop culture artifact with, okay? So for example, I could choose Indiana Jones and his dad, and I could use relational dialectics. I think relational dialectics would work pretty good there. Okay, so, and you don't know what this is yet, but I'll explain it in our screencast this week. So that's what you do. Okay, the relationship you presented in your popular culture artifact and the theory are the focus of this paper. So I'm looking for you to explain concepts in your own words as much as possible, as well as in conversation with our course materials, okay? So use your words, use stuff from the PowerPoint, use stuff from the book, okay? I reference all of these things in our screencasts, all right? So then your application needs to demonstrate a clear understanding of the material, specifically a clear understanding of the theory, all right? So you should construct a logical argument through the synthesis presented in your paper. So what I mean by that is in the application of the theory to the relationship that you choose, I should be able to see that you understand and know the theory, okay? So then what I do, folks, is I break down each section of the essay, okay? So I am looking for section 1, give me an introduction, all right? Section 2, and I give these approximate lengths here. They are approximate, okay? If you go 2 paragraphs for your introduction, fine. If you go 3, fine. I'm just kind of I'm giving you an ish idea so you know what to do. And then you've got section 2, 2 paragraphs, okay? This is where you're going to give a synopsis of the artifact, okay? Who, what, when, where, why, how. Assume I don't know what you're talking about, okay? Even if you're doing Han and Leia from Star Wars, okay, and I've seen that, act like I haven't, okay, that I don't understand the ins and outs of their relationship, all right? Let's see here, where am I at here? Yeah, okay. So that's what this is you letting me know what is what you're doing, okay, and follow each of the numbers, okay? Now, section 3 here, section 3 is called theory, all right? And in section 3, what you're going to do is you're going to say, the theory I've chosen for my analysis is blank. So for mine, on Indiana Jones and his dad, it would be relational dialectics. And then I would take about a page, at least 1 page, to explain relational dialectics as best I can, okay? This is where you demonstrate your knowledge of the concepts of the theory, okay? Now, you haven't applied it yet. You do not apply any of this in section 3, okay? To help with this, your third application essay, which I'm not assigning right now, okay, but I will after you turn in your second one, your third app essay will actually be you writing section 3. You get a chance at section 3 before you even have to turn in this this artifact paper, because section 3 is the one everyone usually finds the most challenging, okay? So section 3, we will actually have an assignment around, but you do have to select a theory, okay? So section 1, short, give me an introduction. Section 2, tell me about what the artifact is you've picked, okay? Section 3, what theory are you going to look at the artifact that you said in section 2 with, okay? And then I need to expand my window. I'll be right back. Okay, so now here I am in a bigger window. Section 4 now, this is where you apply the theory to the relationship in the pop culture artifact, okay? So in my paper where I was doing Indiana Jones and his dad, okay, and I chose relational dialectics, this is where I would start to go down some of the dialectical tensions, and you don't know what this stuff means yet, probably, okay? But I would start to go down some of the dialectical tensions and apply it to their relationship and show how this theory explains why there's so much tension between this father and this son relationship, okay? You've got all sorts of dialectical stuff going on there. You've got autonomy and connection. And you don't know what this stuff is, I know, but you've got autonomy, connection, you've got openness, closedness in regard to disclosure. There's all sorts of stuff going on there. So actually, if you want to write your paper on Indiana Jones and his dad, it would be a pretty good fit, okay? So then section 4 is where you're applying the aspects of the theory to the artifact relationship, okay? And I'm asking for at least 2 critical aspects of the theory to the artifact relationship. It's probably more than that, okay? So please don't think you 2 and stop. I'm saying a minimum of 2, okay? Then you get to section 5 where you write a conclusion, okay? So folks, that's it. It's got 5 sections. It's your typical academic essay. It's just a little bit longer, all right? Here's the grading and how long I'm looking for, okay? A passing grade is required on the artifact paper for you to pass this class. You have to turn it in. You have to pass it, okay? So you should, and here's what I'm telling you, have a clear introduction and conclusion, adequately answer all the questions for the assignment, demonstrate an understanding of the communication theory you selected by applying it to the relationships presented in your artifact. Folks, I'm going to say this here, and I'll say it when I assign App Essay 3. Section 3 and Section 4 are the most important pieces of this paper. Section 3 and Section 4 make the grade. All right? You can have an amazing Section 1, an amazing Section 2. If 3 and 4 don't cut it, the grade is not going to be good, okay? That's where I would spend my energy on Section 3 and Section 4. That's where I would put my time. That's where I would put my energy, okay? I know you've only got limited reserves of time and energy. That's where I would really pour it in on this final paper, okay? So 3 to 7 good pages as opposed to 5 to 7. This used to be a 5 to 7 page essay. But I found that by even making it possible to go shorter than 5, I've actually gotten better essays. So I'm looking for well-crafted pages. Write better paragraphs and write better sentences rather than trying to write to fill a page. Okay? So if you can analyze it in 3.5 pages, do it. All right? If you need the full 7, take it. Okay? Don't fluff. All right? I'm at 7 here. I'm sorry, that's a typo. I'll fix that right now. That's a plus of doing this here. You will lose points. This is me thinking in my old grading stuff right here, okay? Just ignore this. Meet the minimum page requirement or it hurts your grade, okay? And I will put that in there in the writing. Actually, here, I'll just fix it right now. Okay, so that sort of mistake is what happens when you tidy up an essay assignment at 5:30 in the morning after a night of rough sleep. You go back to the old stuff. Okay, so here we go. Well, here's what I changed it to, and this is what is reflected in what I posted in D2L. Okay, make sure you meet the minimum page requirement. It hurts your grade if you do not. Let me say this, folks: if you do not get to the minimum page requirement, you're not going to get anything higher than a C. Okay, that's just how it's going to be. All right. If you're one of these people who's looking for an A or looking for a B in the course, and remember, your grade in the course will have to reflect what you get on this essay. This is such a big essay, okay? So if you really want that B or the A in the course, you've got to get the B or the A on this paper, and not meeting the minimum page requirement will limit you to, at best, a C, okay? And the reason why is because I've got the page number so low, 3 pages, okay? You should be able to easily do 3 pages on this artifact paper, okay? So that's that, folks. Make sure that you use those pages, and just to be clear, pages equals pages of text and analysis, okay? The reference page and the title page do not count, all right? In fact, you don't even need to give me a title page. You can just put your name on it, stick a title on it, and go, okay? You do need to cite the text and the other materials that you use if you use them, all right? APA or MLA is fine. I really don't care. It is due. This is pretty much the last thing you'll turn in our course. I can't remember exactly, but I believe it's this and then your final app essay the next day. You're right at the end of the class right here in December, all right? I am assigning this well in advance, okay? So that's when it's due, and that date won't change. We have to have that date, okay? And then I give you the book citation right here, and I show you how to cite on a references page one of the PowerPoints or lectures that you, in case you choose to do that, okay? Be sure to cite in text as well when you're after it. So folks, that is the pop culture artifact analysis paper. It's a big one. If you have any questions, please let me know. I look forward to the stuff you come up with. I will be assigning other things like discussions around what artifact you're picking and stuff like that. So be watching for it. I'll see you there.